Hey, it's Brandon Vogt. Thanks for tuning in to BV Now, the final fortress of free speech. Now, this commentary is dedicated to Justice Kavanaugh. Finally, he's confirmed by the U.S. Senate to be our latest Supreme Court justice. 50-48, closest margin since Clarence Thomas back in 1991. What's interesting and what many people haven't really talked about is the fact that the retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy that opened up this slot, this really wasn't his seat. He was picked later because he was a moderate. This seat that Justice Kavanaugh has now belonged to Robert Bork from the 1980s, who was smeared by the Democrats and not given his rightful place on the bench. He was in the Nixon administration. He was part of the Saturday Night Massacre at the Justice Department. And the Democrats held this over his head and smeared him just because he answered questions that they asked of him during his confirmation process. This should have been Bork's seat on the Supreme Court. But alas, they had to pick a moderate to get it through, and it was Anthony Kennedy, who was supposed to be a conservative. That didn't really wash out from time to time. He enjoyed being the swing vote on the Supreme Court. It should have been a staunch conservative like Robert Bork, like Scalia, like Justice Thomas. That didn't happen. But what's really ironic is the fact that Robert Bork, if he would have gotten on the Supreme Court, would have only served until the year 2012, because that's when Judge Bork died. And in 2012, Barack Obama was president. Obama would have been the one to replace Bork's seat. Do you think for 1 second that Barack Hussein Obama would have picked a conservative judge like Robert Bork in that same lineage on the Supreme Court? Oh, no. He would have picked an activist fire thrower like he did Sotomayor and Kagan. But Anthony Kennedy had a longer lifespan than Judge Bork did, and he retired during the Trump administration. So this is a Trump pick, and a great conservative justice in Brett Kavanaugh now sits on the Supreme Court. So it is kind of revenge in a bit that the Democrats wouldn't allow Bork to serve on the Supreme Court, but now that rightful conservative seat goes to Justice Kavanaugh. Thanks for tuning in to BV Now. You're going to get a lot of great videos, podcasts. And I do want to remind you, you can log on to pricelesspillow.com. And when you do, if you want a luxury pillow, log on to pricelesspillow.com. Put in the promo code BVNOW for 30% off your total purchase. There's a button right here on this website. Just click the Priceless Pillow icon. Put in the promo code BVNOW for 30% off your entire purchase. Thanks for watching BV Now, and keep coming back for more great videos on bvnow.com.